The best way to avoid the most common interview mistakes is to consciously decide not to make them. This scary process can confuse the best of us and takes years of practice to get right. Even people with years of experience and lots of skills do not always know how to sell themselves in interviews, but maybe you don't have the time to learn from your mistakes. So learn from ours instead. Hello viewers. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Interview Guy. You have made it past the resume selection process. Now, the only thing that is standing in the way of you and your dream job is the interview. Therefore, it is important to think about your interviewing techniques. And if you have ever left job interview thinking that you could have performed well, then you should know that you are not the only one. Watch our video on how to avoid the biggest mistakes in your job interview. But first you have to like this video and subscribe our channel. Here are 17 big interview mistakes people make. Mistake number 1. Arriving late. Since job candidates often have several interviews with different managers scheduled back-to-back, two things could happen when you show up late. Either your first interview is cut short, or you disrupt the schedules of several interviewers. Neither is good for you, since it either shortchanges your time with an interviewer or makes multiple people bad-tempered. Plan the commuting time, and how exactly you will get at the office one day before the interview. Don't make any other plans. Clear your schedule and focus your attention only on the interview. If you are late because of some external unforeseeable event, apologize for the time wasted, explain why you were late, and move on with the interview. On the other hand, if an emergency pops up and you think you'll be too late for the interview, don't be afraid to drop the recruiter an email and ask for the interview to be postponed. Mistake number 2. Arriving too early. On the flip side, arriving too early can also irritate a hiring manager, since it is equally disruptive to their schedule. It's important to arrive at least 30 minutes early to get through any security and check in with reception, but it can be a mistake to arrive any earlier than 30 to 60 minutes before your scheduled interview time. If you happen to arrive earlier, sit in your car for the remaining time. If you commute there, go for a walk around the block to ease your nerves. Mistake number 3. Not bringing a resume. In an ideal scenario, the hiring manager would be ready with your resume, but days are busy and not every interviewer is organized. That means you should always have a copy for each person you expect to meet with, plus some extras in case you have unexpected interviews. Not only is it practically helpful, it signals that you are thoughtful and prepared. Mistake number 4. Displaying low energy. This one is hard to define, but an interview killer. Here's what it looks like. Drooping shoulders, lack of eye contact, slowness to respond to questions, and a general lack of enthusiasm for the company or role. If you don't clearly want the job, it's near impossible to persuade someone to give it to you. Get enough sleep the night before, and the right amount of coffee can also help to keep you elevated. Mistake number 5. Focusing too much on yourself. Talking endlessly about what you want, how this job is the direction you want to go in your career, and how the experience would be great for you, is meaningless to an interviewer. Companies hire you because you have traits and skills that will help them achieve their goals. Use your responses to illustrate how you can be of service to the hiring manager. Don't brag, be down to earth and objective about your achievements. Understand what they're looking for and tailor your answers accordingly. Talk about your achievements and responsibilities that will make you seem like a great fit for the role. Mistake number 6. Going unprepared. Not demonstrating a basic knowledge of the role or providing clear examples of your past performance makes it seem like you just rolled in after only glancing at the company's website. Interviewers tend to ask the same fundamental questions about your background, skills, interest in the company, and why you think it's a good fit. At minimum, read up on the company and prepare a few anecdotes about projects you successfully completed. Go into the company's website and check out what their values and mission are. Research the industry and find out who the company's competitors are. Mistake number 7. Asking weirdly personal questions. Some candidates get a little too personal with their questions. Questions about their family, previous companies they have worked for, and why they chose to leave one company for another. This line of questioning might make the hiring manager feel uncomfortable, and also doesn't illuminate anything for you or them. Don't ask them about their family, personal life, or career aspirations. Sure, it's okay to talk with the interviewer and bond over something, but you shouldn't go overboard with it. It's okay to talk about something you have in common as long as it's contextual and the topic just pops up. Mistake number 8, forgetting to follow up. So many people forget this basic rule of interviewing. Follow up within 24 hours by email to thank the interviewer for their time and underscore your interest in the position. If you don't do it, hiring managers may think you're not interested or organized, or they may simply forget about you. Here is an email example. Subject: Thank you, hiring manager. Dear manager, thank you for taking the time to meet with me today to talk about the sales manager position at Big Sales. I really enjoyed talking to you and learning more about the position and the company. Please let me know if there is anything else you'll be needing from me at any time. Looking forward to hearing from you. Best regards, Taimoor. Mistake number 9. Following up too aggressively. While it's important to follow up, you should not send multiple emails or call an interviewer. It is extremely awkward to receive a call out of the blue from someone demanding to know why they haven't heard from you. Send your follow-up email and then move on with your life. Anything more is probably too much. Be patient and respect the interviewer's time. If you didn't make the cut, the interviewer will let you know. Mistake number 10. Negativity about your current employer. Being negative about your existing employer is one of the most common mistakes interviewees make. Frustrations and clashes arise in all organizations, so a potential employer needs to know that you can manage yourself through this rather than simply calling it quits every time frustrations arise. Effectively, they will want to know how you would behave if you were part of their business. Would you help move people forward or be a negative influence? You might be asked about your previous managers or company. Remember, you are not required to give too many details. Even if your boss was literally Satan dressed in cargo pants, give a positive and professional answer. Mistake number 11. Lacking confidence. Bad eye contact, lack of confidence in delivering answers, and a weak handshake are typical mistakes made by interviewees. In most roles, interpersonal skills are important, so you need to make the effort to come across as self-assured even if you are nervous. Try deep breathing techniques before the interview. Mistake number 12, don't say we, say I. Candidates referring to their successes as something that we did as opposed to I can leave the interviewer with the impression that the candidate is taking the whole credit to themselves only. In reality, they played only a small part for a project or account. Mistake number 13, using your phone. This is fairly straightforward, yet some candidates fail to get it right. Entering the interview with a phone in your hands or using it during the interview is a huge no-no. It will make you appear distracted and unprofessional. Put your phone in your bag on silent mode. Your chat can wait. Don't take it out at any point during the interview. Ever. Mistake number 14, talking too much. Nobody likes someone who talks too much. Most often, interviewees talk too much because they are unprepared, dishonest, or don't know the answer to a question. Interviewer asks a question, they are looking for a straightforward answer. When you talk in circles or too much, your main points can get lost in a sea of information. Furthermore, people who talk too much, in general, are not good listeners, and hence, not team players. Your goal is to give your interviewer the best answer as clearly as possible. Think quality over quantity. Mistake number 15, bringing up salary and benefits first. It would be a big mistake if you decide to bring up your salary and benefits right at the beginning of the interview. It's very unfavorable because the interview is a chance for the company's hiring team to get to know you. The beginning of the interview is where you get to meet the hiring team, get to know what they're like and what they're looking for, and so on. You shouldn't just jump straight to the salary and benefits part. This makes it seem like you're primarily motivated by the money, and you don't particularly care about the job. Usually, hiring managers will bring up salary and benefits on their own. In case that doesn't happen, wait until they ask you if you have any questions for them. It's your time to bombard them with things you are curious about, including your salary. Make sure to bring it up only after you've exhausted all your other questions. Mistake number 16: not being prepared to answer salary questions. The interviewer will most probably ask you about your price. The last thing you should be saying is, "It really doesn't matter to me, I am in it for the position," or "To be honest, I haven't really thought about it." Not giving an answer to the salary question will make you look unprepared, naive, or ungenuine. You want to instead show confidence and self-appreciation. You want to come up with an honest answer about your salary expectations. The best way to express your desired income is through using a range. So, look at the average salary for the same position in the job market. Evaluate your skills objectively. Are you above or below average? Then, consider how the company is performing. Are they an industry leader, earning a lot of money and paying top dollar for their employees, or are they a low-budget startup? Mistake number 17: not asking about next steps. Sometimes, the interviewer will forget to inform you about the steps after the interview. It's important that you know what the follow-up process is and when and how you should be expecting to hear back. Asking about the next steps confirms to the employer that you are confident you passed the interview and are serious about working for them. For example, "Oh, and one last question. What are the next steps? Is there going to be another interview, or are you going to stay in touch?" The interview process is extremely difficult and nerve-wracking. There are so many things that can go wrong. The good thing is, you know all about them. Remember all the different tips and solutions we provided in this video, and don't forget to prepare. Now that you know what you shouldn't do in an interview, find out more informative videos on our YouTube channel. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll try to reply all the dedicated ones. For our latest interview and career advice, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, and TikTok. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. See you in the next video. Have a nice day.